The day is finally here. It looks like today there's a wind window to get through the Strait of Dover. I've been waiting for this for over a week now, trying to get as close as possible. And today, finally, there's some wind that could allow it to go through. But as I say, could, it's not completely certain. It's a bit challenging. So I will definitely need some luck. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. It will be the most wind I've had so far, and by far the strongest current. So it might not be an easy day, but I really hope to finally get through the Strait of Dover. This will be my route, and the challenge is, in the beginning the wind is sort of coming from this direction, and I don't know how much I have to fight upwind, whether I'll be able to manage or not. If I have to start tacking, because the current will still be against me. If I have to start tacking upwind in a 2-knot current, it will be impossible. But if I can go out there in one go, then it should be fine. And my goal is to get up to here somewhere before the current turns, so that I can then catch the full current through the strait. But yeah, it really depends on the wind and the direction it comes from. There will definitely be enough wind, so no light wind sailing this time. I might even come up to about 20 knots of wind, which is why I said I'm a bit nervous. So I'm really excited. I really hope it works out. Let's see how it goes. Let's go. I almost fueled up gasoline, because apparently gazole in French means diesel and not gasoline. So good thing I asked somebody. I'm scared of what awaits me out there. Most boats are going east, but there do seem to be a few that also head west. Damn it, I've just been instructed to wait because a big ship is coming into the port, and I think this will cost me a good amount of time. It's a bit unfortunate. I just turned the motor off, and to be completely honest, I'm not too confident about making enough ground to where I want to go. Like this, I'm doing about 1 to 1.5 knots. I have to fight upwind much more than I was hoping, and with the current against me, it's just too slow. So I might have to motor sail. I saw a few other sailboats that were motor sailing in that direction. This way, if I do that for 2 hours, I could at least get far enough to then be in the right place when the current turns. And also the swell is quite heavy today. I don't know if you can see it. The boat is pounding through the waves, so I won't be too comfortable. I hope I'll be able to feel well all day long. It's gonna be a long day. Time has finally come. I feel like I'm deaf again. I just spent about 2 hours sailing upwind with the motor, and I gotta say it was a good decision, because otherwise I would never have gotten out of there. But not nice for so long. This is what I've done. Done a little zigzag, crossed some sandbanks, but since it's high tide, it should be fine. And now I'm hoping to be able to make a long leg down here, just sailing. And then in about 3 hours from now, I should be close enough for when the current turns to then catch the full current through the Strait of Dover. Really looking forward to it. The wind is down to about 8 to 9 knots, which is really not a lot. Much less than before. Before it was like 14, 15. which was perfect. And now I'm going kind of slow and I'm still battling a current, so I hope I'll get far enough with sailing only, but should be fine. We have all day, right? No one's in a rush here. Back to the rope. It's actually looking pretty good, better than I thought. I'm still sailing and the current is slowly getting weaker. It's still against me, but it's slowing down, and in about 2 hours or 2.5 it's going to turn, and at that point it will be really easy to make progress. So I feel like I've gotten through the most difficult part. Check out, this is what I've done. This was Dunkirk. Motor sailing up, I sailed until this turn, and now I'm actually able to sail almost at a half wind. I should fall off a bit, making better speed, and once the current turns I'll be flying through. So really happy, and also getting really excited about coming close to the Strait of Dover. I've been wanting to sail through it with this boat for the last couple of days. I've done it a total of 3 times, I think, on other boats, much bigger boats, and now it's the first time doing it by myself on my own boat, so it will be a sick experience. I actually decided to go with the autopilot again because there are just too many waves, the swell is just too big, and the autopilot is a bit more accurate. And since I really need every meter today, I thought it's the better option. Wow, like this sailing is really a charm. I have pretty constant 9 to 10 knots of wind. I'm still sailing upwind, but not super aggressively, so I can make a decent speed of around 3.5 knots. And the current is actually turning right now, so soon it will be helping me. And I think everything is working out perfectly. I think I'm in the right place at the right time to catch the current. So really happy, really excited. Living the dream. These ferries do more than 20 knots apparently. Crazy. Please no. God have mercy, I need wind. Don't do this to me again. It's quite relaxing, but I'm getting a bit tired of all this light wind sailing. Always when I need it, it's not there. And then it's always in the wrong direction when the wind is there. Well, I guess it's part of sailing. Motoring through about 4 knots of wind. The wind is picked up again, but it's not what I had imagined. It went from 5 to 16 quite quickly, and it's even more westerly, so I'm really fighting upwind now, and this is very bad. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try and get to Calais because the current is picking up in the right direction now, but yeah, this is not good. I won't be able to fight my way upwind through the Strait of Dover. Not in a 9-meter boat by myself. I don't think that's a very good idea, so a bit unfortunate. This boat has been following me for about an hour. I think it's a Coast Guard boat. Probably good they're here. Thank God. Ready and waiting. I can feel it and I can hear it. The strait is calling me. I'm not giving up so quickly yet. So. Fighting my way upwind. For now the swell is still manageable, so I'm gonna keep going as long as I can. Worst case, turn into Calais, but I really want to make it past the Cap Gris. Wish me luck. I need it today. The Coast Guard and the military keeping watch out here. Wherever you are on the horizon, also tacking upwind. Thanks for being there, you're giving me hope. It's within reach, that's for sure. I hope my mother never watches this video. She'll be terrified. It's a bit scary, to be honest. Shaking so hard, going upwind in these strong currents. But I'm also really enjoying it. It's also fun. Put a reef, which was pretty sketchy, to be honest, but I managed to do it without getting wet, which I was quite surprised by. And in a few minutes there's one of those high-speed ferries going past behind me, and then I'm gonna make a turn and see what angle I can make and also how comfortable it is, and then I'll be on a straight route to Calais if I want to stop there, or if I realize that it's doable, then I might just continue. But the way it's looking right now, it's very heavy sea, you know, like a 17 knot, 18 knot headwind, and yeah, this boat is my home, you know, I want to play it safe also. It's fun to be out here, but gotta be a bit responsible as well. Well, let's see what happens. I just turned, and with the angle I'm making now, I basically have Calais safe, so I could be there within less than an hour probably, which is great. So I could definitely get out of here soon if I want to. But I did have another look at the forecast, and apparently right now is the peak in terms of wind, and I'm already managing. I have one reef. It's not comfortable, but it's fun, you know. So I might as well just do the whole thing, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see how the waves develop. But now the current is still picking up. But overall I'm a bit too slow. I'm gonna miss the peak current going through the strait. And I'm not sure it's worth going through there late. But at least there will still be enough wind. Let's see. Still need to decide, but there's still hope to make it. I'm not giving up. just decided I'm gonna sail past Calais and get to Boulogne tonight. Super excited. Apparently the peak is already reached. Right now it's like 16 knots, sometimes it goes to 18. It's heavy, but it's doable. There's a bunch of stuff flying around inside the boat, but it's just bottles and stuff, nothing important. And at this speed, well, it varies a lot, but sometimes I do 6-7 knots, even though I'm going upwind very aggressively. So at this pace, I'll be there before 12 even at night, which would be awesome. Really happy. Arriving at Calais would have sucked because it takes until 11:15 for the lock to open to get into the marina, and I wouldn't have known what to do until then even. And like this, I also get to do the one thing that I've wanted to do, which is to sail through the Strait of Dover. I've definitely been feeling very alive today, that's for sure. What a hell of a day. Check out what I've done today. In the end, I've been tacking all day long. Really not what I wanted to do. But at least now the current is 2.5 to 3 knots, so it's really pushing me up super fast and I can go upwind very aggressively. I hope it keeps going like this. Oh boy. Look how magnificent. It's actually a bit of a race against time because the current is slowly getting weaker already, which means I won't have such an easy time going upwind. And I'm scared to get stuck in front of the cape. But I should be there within 1 hour and 15 minutes or so. I just did my last turn, hopefully. I'm now about 1 hour away from Cap Grinet, and after that it's not upwind sailing anymore, so then I basically made it. But it's definitely pretty rough. I recently told you that the peak is already passed, but just after that it turned to pretty constant 21 to 22 knots of wind. And the sea is also getting crazy. It's getting into like longer waves, which almost makes it more comfortable because you really feel like going uphill and then going downhill again. But sometimes it feels like the boat is jumping, which is not too comfortable, of course, but I'm surprised that I'm still holding up alright. And yeah, not quite doing the speed I was hoping, like 5 to 6 knots right now. And it's really a race against time before the current turns again. That would be a huge shame. So I need to make it to Cap Grinet before the current turns, otherwise it will be in vain. Never thought I would experience so much swell in this little boat. I'm doing this and putting it on YouTube so that you don't have to. This is really not what you're supposed to do and not something I ever intend to do again. But definitely something worth experiencing. It's pretty fun. I'm loving it, to be completely honest. thought the morning was going to be the most difficult part, getting out of Dunkirk, but I think the next 2 to 3 hours will actually be the most challenging. I still have about 13 miles to go, and it's getting dark. I'm getting tired. I didn't have dinner yet. It's unimaginable to cook anything in these waves. I'm just eating snacks like bread and nuts, and haven't made it Cap Griné yet. So yeah, this will be a very tiring ending to this crazy trip. At least it's starting to be a bit calmer. Although at this point I wouldn't mind a few more knots just to get there faster. And the swell is still pretty rough, of course. You know, normally I like to play guitar while sailing, but in all honesty, not in these conditions. Just a bit too much. I would damage my guitar and I wouldn't even be able to enjoy it. So hopefully in the next video there will be some music again. Stranger in the night. Look at that! I fucking made it, finally! Damn, that was way too difficult. But I'm so happy. This means so much to me as a sailor. Wow. What a day. Incredible. Unfortunately, I still have a pretty long way to go. It will be a long night. And the current is starting to turn against me. I was hoping to be a bit faster through here. I passed the Cap Griné about an hour ago, and I'm in deep trouble now because the current is changing direction already, and I thought I would turn on the motor to cover some ground, and now my engine overheated, so now I'm really fucked. I essentially have no engine. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 11:30 at night, almost midnight. And I have to get into the harbor without engine somehow. Hopefully there's a place in the harbor where I can anchor, or someone who can help me out with the boat, but it's Sunday night and I'm gonna arrive after midnight, probably close to 1 AM. So I don't think they will have anybody around to help me, unfortunately. This is really not how I wanted this trip to end. There's my autopilot, by the way, it's struggling. It's 11:45. I'm still about 45 minutes away from Boulogne. At least the wind dropped to about 12 knots, but there's still quite a bit of swell. And well, I don't have a motor. I checked in the harbor, there's a place behind the harbor wall where hopefully I can anchor. And I'm also about to try and contact the port authority to see if they have someone who's capable of helping me. So yeah, coming in so late, I just wanted to be in a safe berth, have some late dinner and sleep, but it doesn't look like it tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, I got myself into this, so now I need to get myself out of it. It looks like there's no one who's available to help me, but I have permission to anchor just behind the breakwaters, and then hopefully I can find the problem tonight. It might just be the impeller that broke. And if not, I have to wait for tomorrow morning for someone to tow me into the marina. So yeah, quite frustrating, but it is what it is. This happens when you go sailing with old boats. There's always something that comes up, unfortunately. Still about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I will have exactly one take to anchor. And if that doesn't work out, then I'm really screwed. This is such a sketchy entrance to a harbor. The current is so strong. To me it looks like I'm sailing past the harbor, but really I'm slowly making my way in. Yeah, it's very sketchy, especially at night. And now there's even traffic coming out, some fishing boats. And I'm about to try my anchoring in the middle of the night, but unfortunately I might have to sail upwind a bit. I want to anchor here, I'm not sure how upwind it is. I really hope it's easy to get there. And here's the lighthouse. And I'm literally going into the marina sideways like a crab because of the strong current. Yes, I made it behind the breakwaters. No more swell. Wow, what a feeling. Now I only have to see how I end up on that anchor spot. And, fortunately, it's a really bright night. There are no clouds, just stars and I think a full moon. And this really helps with visibility. I guess there's something going for me at least. Well, almost in the spot to anchor. Just waiting for the depth to go down a bit. It's still easily 5-6 meters deeper than what it should be according to the map. It's just like 2 meters at low tide. Now it's high tide. This day has finally come to an end. Well, almost. I managed to anchor, which was actually much more difficult than I thought, because apparently in Bologna you have a 6 meter difference from low tide to high tide. So I had to anchor in 8 meters of water, and normally I anchor in like 2 to 3 meters in the Netherlands. I had to throw out all my chain, and I'm hoping it's going to be enough. And now I'm going to quickly see if I can figure out the problem, and if I can, then go to the marina. Otherwise I have to sleep here until tomorrow and then ask somebody else for help. But I think it's just the impeller. It looks like there's no more cooling water in the canister, so that should be a quick fix. But still very annoying. But damn, what a day. It's a really pity it ended like this, but it was crazy. Probably not very smart, stupid and brave at the same time, but so much fun. I really loved it. I hope you did too. And please don't try this at home. A quick improvised dinner at 1:30 a.m. Long overdue. Normally this thing should be filled with cooling water, but it's not, which means the pump is not pulling water into it, which most likely means the impeller is broken. Luckily I have a spare one, but as you can see, it's very hard to get to. Bad news is the impeller is actually intact, so then I have no idea what's causing it. Damn it. Good morning. It's 10 a.m. I had a bit of a rest since last night. Slept out here on the anchorage in the entrance of the port, which was not easy because it was still quite shaky despite being behind the wall. But just so many boats go by, and then also some waves from the entrance still come in, so it's been rocking back and forth quite a bit. But yeah, I just tried to start the motor again. It looks like it's still not sucking any water, even though the impeller is intact, so I'm not sure what's causing the issue. But it doesn't look like it's something that I can fix out here by myself in 15 minutes. And luckily the harbor manager just let me know that a boat is coming in about 30 minutes and will pull me into the marina. And then I'm going to take a few days off, maybe do a spa day today, and make sure my motor problems are properly fixed. This was definitely a very tiring sailing trip. I think I'm breaking my speed record thanks to this guy. I finally made it into Bologna thanks to some good Samaritans who towed me in. Super nice that they helped me. They didn't even want any money for it, they were just being kind, so very happy about that. And yeah, I'm just gonna relax now, take time to work on the motor and figure things out. I'm gonna slow down a bit, not try and rush towards Britannia, but just wait for better weather and enjoy the way there as well. It's actually the second time I arrive in Bologna in my lifetime, and the last time was equally dramatic when with a friend we sailed through the Strait of Dover and got into a huge thunderstorm and arrived in the city in pouring rain at 4 a.m. It was also quite tricky, and we were very happy to be in the harbor. So it seems like Bologna is my place that I can rely on when things go south. Very glad to be here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, in sailing, things don't always go as planned, but that's surely a part of sailing.